Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Martin with The Contoured Chemist. I'm excited today, guys. I actually got somewhere to go for once. I am such a homebody, but it's holiday time. So that being said, there are some holiday parties and I've got one with my hubby tonight for his work. So I figured this is the perfect time. Let's do a little holiday, get ready with me. We're gonna go a little bit more dramatic party look tonight, which I feel like is fun. Plus, I've got another giveaway. So keep watching if you wanna check out the giveaway for today's video. And if you wanna see my final look, don't forget to hit that like button and notification bell and subscribe. And as always, thank you guys for being here. Get started because we all know I talk a lot, and when I'm getting ready for an event I go all out. I also like to take my time when I'm getting ready. I hate being rushed with my makeup. I hate it because for me it's like my self-care time. It is my therapy. I love just to play, and so I don't want to be in a rush. I want to take my time and have fun with it, because makeup is fun, okay? So let's just talk through it. We're gonna do a full face party look, dramatic eye. I'm excited because I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll show you the inspiration. And let's talk giveaway because I know you guys are gonna wanna see that first. Okay, so today's video, I'm doing a bunch of my favorites. I'm not sure what day we're on. I've already lost track, but if you have missed any, we're doing 12 throughout the month of December, here every month, or every week throughout December, and then also over on Instagram throughout the month as well. So go check out all of those posts. My feed, you should be able to catch up really quick because they'll all be in one place over there. So I will use these as we're getting ready, but I got a lot of goodies. Okay, so of course, the Perfector. You guys know, if you've watched any of my videos, this is my favorite and a must-have, and don't do your makeup without it. So the Seint Perfector. Okay, we've got, obviously I'm doing a dramatic eye tonight. I can't live without my Black Friday eyeliner, if I can get it out, our cream eyeliner. Okay, I'll show you how I use that. Let's see, I went ahead and couldn't decide, so I am giving you guys all of our bronzers. Okay, so if you don't know, we just released 3 brand new shades to go alongside our Bella bronzer, which we've had forever. So these are all cream bronzers. Bella is my ride or die, works for anyone's skin tone in my opinion, as long as it's applied properly. But we have like a lighter version of Bella. This is Tan Lines. This is for my fairer girls or those that like to wear a lighter bronzer in wintertime. And then Palm is just a different tone you could use instead of Bella. It's a very different tone. And then Heat Waves is my new favorite. I love it. Oh my gosh, I've been using it with everything. So Heat Waves is just for darker skin, or if you like more warmth. It's just a different tone. I use it, I even mix it. So I'll show you guys how I use some of those today. And then of course with Bella, I had to include Glow Illuminator. Glow is our illuminator. Like, it's got a little bit of that, you know, sparkle in it. And it is for the darkest of skin tones for use as an illuminator. I like to mix it with Bella. I tend to always mix these two on the daily to give myself a little bit more glow. You guys know I love the glow to my skin, hence Glow. So you're pretty much getting all of my faves for bronzing it up because I can't live without it. All right, and then I'm actually giving you guys 2 things that you can no longer purchase. They were both limited edition and they are no more. So I know a lot of my peeps loved this and wanted it so bad, and then they discontinued it. But this is Cayman bronzer. Okay, this is our one and only powder bronzer we had. So you can kind of tell it's much lighter. It's similar, you know, it's even lighter than tan lines in my opinion. My favorite way to use it is to set my contour area so it doesn't kind of, if you use a powder over that, it kind of dulls it down. You know, even a translucent powder can kind of just tone it down too much. So this was my favorite option for those girls that like a fully matte look or those that wanted to set their contour. So I'll show you that. I also love it as eyeshadow. I like to keep it in my clutch actually so that I could use it as a bronzer and eyeshadow. But unfortunately, you can't get it anymore, but one lucky person will get that along with an illuminator that is no longer made. So this was another limited edition shade called Dolce. It's kind of a nice like nude. See if I have it in here to compare. So these are all of our creams. So we got Glow, Honey, Angel. This is Dolce. That was another limited edition shade, Dream, and then Pearl. So you can see in comparison, it's just that nice nude. I feel like it looked good on everyone. So yeah, can't get that anymore either, but one lucky person's gonna get a Dolce. I found an extra. And then my favorite illuminator multitasker combo is all these bad boys right across the top. That is rose gold, which I don't even have here because I have them all up here. But those are our perfumes. So I think this is rose gold and this is, oh, I got two. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 different perfumes, but they're in that rose gold illuminator. You're gonna get my 2 favorites, which is 3 and 2. So you can use it as an illuminator, but you'll see I love, especially if I know I'm like going out or something, I just wear this and that way I still have like my perfume on at the same time. I don't know about you guys. I'm horrible about remembering to put on perfume. I just don't wear it on the daily because I'm really sensitive to it. Those I have no problems with, so I can wear those every day. But ever since having kids, my nose is just super sensitive to smells and I get headaches easily. So those I don't, those I can wear. So I'm gonna use that so that way I smell good tonight, right? Right, okay. And then the last but not least is going to be the brush cleaning tile. Literally now, if I don't have this in my compact while I'm doing my eyeshadow, I'm like, what do I wipe my brush on? Like, and I tend to go to my pants. That's not a good option, don't do that. So this is my favorite way to kind of remove that excess powder on your brushes in between colors. It's also really good if you use Demi Colour to kind of remove excess before you dip into the next color. That is a game changer. And it's magnetized to fit in your compact. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things in my favorites giveaway. Okay, hopefully that's a good one for you guys. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that, whoever wins. So I'll put all the details down below on how to enter that one. All right, let's get started. That was already talking too much. So I have shared this before. I don't use it very often, but it's a special occasion. I have somewhere to go. So I'm going to show you guys how I use my Juvelips. Do you guys remember this? I don't know if you guys, if you're new here, you might not remember, but I'm going to go ahead and put on, let's see, I'm going to use some of my lip conditioner. So this is a lip plumping device. It does work and it does plump your lips for like a good 8 hours. Now, it is not time for me to go to my party. Obviously, I have to get ready when my kids are in school or I'll never get ready in time. So I'm going to go ahead and do it, but I know it's going to last all night. But I am going to also apply my makeup to make sure it lasts a really long time because the last thing I want is to have to touch up before I leave, right? Okay, so all you got to do is like create a suction. You almost make duck lips inside. You have to either wet your lips or put on a moisturizer, and then you just push the button and it will go off in 60 seconds. So it does kind of bring all the blood flow to your lips. So I don't recommend doing this and then like running out the door. I do it first so that way kind of that redness can subside and I can kind of color correct around it as I put my makeup on. about multitasking. Woo. Okay. Can you guys tell? Like, totally crazy, right? But it works. Once this kind of goes down a little bit, I won't look as crazy, I promise. But I'm going to double it up, and I'm also going to use a lip plumper. I don't like using this directly to my lips without a little bit of lip conditioner first, because it turns my lips beet red. I don't know what it is. I know other people who have really loved it, but for me, it just like brings way too much blood flow. Again, I have to color correct anyway, might as well. So this is the City Lips Plumping Lip Gloss. Okay, and you saw I already primed my lids with my Thank Me Later eye primer. And I think I'm gonna like switch it up, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and do eyes first. I sometimes don't like to do this with dramatic looks because I don't know what it is. Sometimes my eyes look way off when my face isn't done. But I'm gonna do a take on a smoky eye, and we all know that smoky eyes can be difficult to not have to clean up afterwards. So I really don't want anything dark dropping, sticking down beneath my eyes that I'm gonna have to then redo my makeup. So let's just go right in and do eyes first, and that way we can kind of go from that. We can always kind of go back to it, but it's a little bit safer when you know you're doing more eyeshadow. Does that make sense? Definitely gonna be going in a much different order than normal, but no matter what, I always color correct my eyelids because I do have a lot of veins. I just have to kind of even out that canvas. So I'm gonna use the buff brush, and I'm just gonna kind of tap in one time to my mango, which is my color corrector, and that's what gets rid of the purple. Now I'm gonna go all the way into that inner corner. Part of the problem with doing my eyes first is I feel like I can never finish my eyeshadow until I do my eye makeup under my eyes, because I do have to correct a lot of this. So I will probably have to do my eyeshadow, do my face, and then finish my eyeshadow on the lower lash line. Okay, once I have color corrected, then I'm gonna go into my main shade, and this just kind of evens that out, brings it to matching. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my powder brush, and I'm gonna really set generously my lids because I have oily eyelids and I need a good blend with these eyeshadows. And if you go directly to eyeshadows on our creams, it's gonna stick and you're gonna have a lot of issues blending. Plus, I need to make sure I don't get any creasing, and this will prevent that as well. Okay, much better. I got a nice even canvas, and now I can go in with eyeshadow. The problem is choosing. So I'm gonna show you guys, obviously, I got my shirt on. I do not have my full ensemble because I know myself, and I will end up getting makeup all over my skirt or something like this. So I'm sorry I can't link this. It is old. I did just pick up this at Target, surprise, surprise. But I actually got this skirt at Target probably, I think, around this time last year or maybe before, thinking I was gonna be able to use it for this event. But then, you know, the big C happened and they canceled everything. So, yep, I still got the tag on it, but I was obsessed with this color. So is that not pretty? So I was drawn to it. I don't dress up often, but anyway, I had to pick it up. It was a new day in case you want to find one online if somebody's selling one. But it's pretty much just kind of like a mermaid skirt with like a slit. It's so pretty. I'm excited to finally wear it. But that is my inspiration for my eye look. So I thought, what a perfect time to do something a little bit bold, dramatic, and use blue. I don't use blue very often, but I definitely have a favorite when it comes to blues, and I am going to bust that baby out. But then I was like, what else can I use with that? I feel like it's got like a dark, moody vibe. So I'm gonna go with kind of more darker colors, smoky, If you saw, I just did a smoky eye over on Instagram. You guys, there are many ways to do a smoky eye. And you can literally do a smoky eye with any colors, I feel like, in my opinion. So I'm going to grab, oh, I just stuck my finger in it. I'm gonna grab the blue that I feel like really goes with that well. And this one's Denim. I love that color, okay? So Denim, definitely using that one. I'm not sure what outer corner color. I'm either gonna go with something like Junior Prom or Rigelleto, probably, to smoke it out. Definitely utilizing that Black Friday eyeliner because I need some depth at the lash line for sure. And I thought it would be fun to use what used to be called Garland, but it's called Atlantic now. So this is a very much a deceiving shade in my opinion. I feel like it doesn't swatch super green unless I kind of really dig into it and then get a lot on my finger. But I thought that would be really pretty. We'll see. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Okay, so I got my eyes prepped and primed. Let me get out some eyeshadow brushes so we can get this party started. No matter the eye look, we always want to start with a nice base to carve out the eye, okay? Give some definition, really contour out the eyelid. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with a cool shade here. I don't want to go all cool, but you guys know me, gotta add a little bit of warmth in there, but so far all the colors I picked are cool. Blue and green are both cool colors as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Oak. I feel like this is a good color to kind of tweak. I can start off really light-handed and then I can go darker if I need to. So I'm just gonna go into the crease. Up above that crease to kind of pull the eye upwards. Okay, now I would normally halo this, but I'm gonna skip that because I'm gonna have to take care of my under eyes first. So we will finish up the eyes down there after we do the face. Okay, I feel like that's a good start. I can always go and deepen it more if I need to. For the lid, I'm gonna start and just use Chai. This used to be called Chestnut. And let's grab, I'm gonna grab this smudge brush and just kind of get this as like a base all over my eye. Okay, and we might utilize this color to blend later if needed, but this is just like my perfect blending shade. Ooh, I'm trying to decide between Rigelleto and black tie. Okay, this is Rigelleto, this is black tie. You can tell how much warmer this is, and this is much more of like a, to me it's almost like a shimmery black. It's more on the charcoal side. So I never use it. So let's try it, shall we? All right, we're gonna go back to the smudge brush, and ooh, this is definitely a really intense shade, so I'm gonna be very sparingly with it. I'm just gonna barely kind of tap, and I'm gonna go to the outer corner. I might have to be a little bit more generous. Let's just go boop, 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 and then we'll just tap off excess. Okay, so we're gonna tap in that outer corner, and we're gonna use this in the crease a bit. This is definitely gonna give us more of that smoky vibe. But I feel like it actually builds really easily. Okay, so pretty much that entire outer third of my eye. in that outer V. Okay, and then all this right here, we can clean up when we do our face. Although this is shimmery, I feel like it doesn't translate super shimmery on the lid. I know my mature skin ladies are gonna wonder about that. It almost just appears, I don't know, you almost just see that gleam, making it look more charcoal than black. Definitely. Do the other side. Again, when it comes to eyeshadow, guys, just start off with a little and you can always build up that color. So much easier to slowly build than apply too much and try to blend. So just tap it on. I know smoky eyes are really intimidating, especially when using a color that's so dark. And I feel like I look so washed out because I need my bronzer on. And with eyeshadow this dark, I feel so washed out. That's okay. Nothing we can't fix. Also, when you do the lower lash line, I always feel like when you do the upper real smoky and have nothing on the lowers, it looks off. Again, why it looks funky on me. But when we finish up the eyes, also without eyeliner, I mean, you can't judge an eyeshadow look halfway through. That's the moral of the story. Can't do it. All right, I keep debating if I want to go real bold with this color or more subtle with this color. Okay, first we're gonna try subtle and see what it looks like, and then I can always add more, right? So I'm just gonna kind of use my finger and tap it. Yeah, we're gonna have to go bolder. Do you see how it barely, I don't even know if you can see it. Like it barely shows anything on my lid. Okay, that tells me we need to go a little bit more. So I already got kind of a base there with the chai. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with NYX Glitter Primer, okay? Now, I like to go with the smallest amount. That's enough for both my eyes. Okay, and kind of tap my fingers together just so I have a nice thin layer. And then I'm gonna go right in that inner third to half of my lid. And I'm just gonna kind of press that glitter glue on. Now I know this isn't a glitter, but when it comes to shades like this that you want more pigmentation, treat it like a glitter and I promise it's gonna give you much more of that payoff. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the multitasker. I'm gonna clean it real quick just to make sure I don't have anything, eyeshadow all over it. Okay, so the multitasker is by far the easiest to really make sure you're picking up pigment, kind of really get it in there. Okay, that way I can pack it on the lid. So that you can see that color. Yeah, so glad I'm doing this before my face, because shades like this kind of tend to have a little bit more fallout. The glitter, more glittery, there you go. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to lose it already. All right, so there we go. Can you see that green? Whew, that's pretty. Okay, definitely gonna be more of a bold eye look when I get this done. But if you can't have fun with your eye makeup for holiday party, when can you, right? I feel like a nice smoky brown or gray smoky eye looks great with everything. So does a red bold lip with a more natural eye or a wing liner. But something about some fun shades. Oh, I love it. I mean, I could have broke out actual glitter shades, but I will restrain myself this time. this time. Okay, so if you need to kind of tone down or hone in some of that, use your chai to kind of go around the edges, because I don't want that in my crease because I have mature eyes. Okay, so I just kind of want that pop of that mermaid shade. Now that I've got that on, because I didn't want that to go over liner, I'm gonna put liner on. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Black Friday eyeliner and the line brush, if I can find mine. And I'm just going to kind of tap in. So this, I don't feel like you can really sweep into this and get a good line. It is really dry. You can tell I have like a hole in mine because I only tap in to get color where I've already kind of taken off that top layer. Does that make sense? Okay. Then I'm pressing it on along the lash line to get the color, and then I'm dipping in again. So I don't pull, I'm just pressing. Okay, I'm just kind of tapping it on. With an eye like this, you really want to make sure you got a nice line or it won't look finished. Whatever kind of eyeliner is your favorite, liquid, cream, I am going to kind of set this and tone it down with shadow as well. But I wanted this depth along my lash line before I went in with my blue. Okay. So once I got that on, I'm actually going to go ahead and keep it nice, deep, and dark, which I don't use this shade very often, but this is Salem, which is just our black matte eyeshadow. Okay. I'm going to use the same brush and get off the residual cream. And then I'm just going to, again, tap in and press on right over that line to keep it from smearing or fading or transferring to the upper part of my lid. It's gonna set it in place so it lasts all day. Again, because I am far away from my party right now. All right, so now I'm ready to kind of bring in some of that blue, kind of tone down that darkness along my lash line. I feel like it's a little much. I don't know, maybe it's because it's daytime and I'm not quite ready for this bold of an eye look. Or maybe it's because my face isn't done yet, but I'm gonna kind of just tap in to Denim and just bring in some of that right here along the lash line. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't want a full blue eye, but I do want that pop of blue. Can you guys see that? Okay, I really like that. That's pretty. It's such a pretty color. So I'm gonna kind of use it to kind of wing out. It doesn't take much of this shade, for sure. All right. Barely used any of that, but we're good there. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and I feel like my eye is super cool. So I'm gonna add not much, but just a touch of warmth up here to kind of help blend this so it's not so stark. Do you see that? And I'm just gonna use the lightest warm shade that works for a mid-tone matte, which is Bubba. I'm just gonna add a touch of warmth right there to help kind of blend out that cool edge. See the difference? I'm telling you, sometimes it just takes a touch of warmth or a touch of cool if you're doing all cools or all warms to kind of balance. We are more or less done with the eyes right now. We're not done, but you guys probably can't see everything like the sparkles, and this is why people are like, I don't like smoky eyes. They always give me black eyes. That's why you just keep a wipe handy and we clean that bad boy up. Super easy. So I'm gonna go all the way in this inner corner because I've got a lot of glitter. And I didn't even use a glitter. Okay, now I'm just gonna go up towards my eyebrow. Right there. I'm not gonna leave that so harsh, but I'm gonna kind of blend it out when I do my face. Look at all that. That was under my eye. I'm gonna let that dry and let's start some face. I'm not even gonna do my brows yet because I always tend to get highlight on my brows and then I have to touch those up again. So we're just gonna go right into face makeup. The only thing I have on my skin is my sunscreen. No primer, not even for longevity. I feel like a good sunscreen without silicones is your best bet for getting longevity to this makeup unless you're oily, okay? Only oily girls. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna show you guys how to use Bella Glow, and I'm gonna go ahead and use a Heat Wave as my base. I've been getting this question a lot because I don't know if it's just because I feel washed out lately. I've been doing this a whole lot on Instagram. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the bronzer brush, and I've got, this is Bella, this is Glow, this is Heat Wave, okay? And all I'm gonna do is swirl into each one all together. Okay, so that I get an even distribution on my brush. That's why I've got like a nice mess around here, but that way I'm not getting clumps of color in any one place. And since I have nothing else on my face, I can just go ahead and hit the high points of my face. I don't have to avoid any areas. So forehead, cheeks. Okay, so this is a really great option for those that self-tan like I do. Maybe you exfoliated your face and you feel washed out and you need to kind of get back to matching your neck. Maybe you don't like to self-tan your face and you just want to kind of bring in some warmth. Maybe you have a lot of redness. It kind of will allow you to use less of your color corrector, I feel like, when you kind of match that warmth. I like the glow it gives the skin as well. That glow illuminator just adds that a little bit. It's not like sparkly or anything like that, just glow. I don't know how else to describe it. So that is Bella Glow and Heat Wave as my base. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna apply my makeup like I normally do with my corrector, all the things. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the blend brush and use a light hand with my corrector. I'm gonna go where I've broken capillaries. I've got some blemishes, obviously. Okay, I use this more or less on my entire nose though. Now, this in here still didn't get fully corrected because I haven't done my under eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in there. I haven't brightened that spot. I'll go back and do that last. You see that? Go ahead and go under my eyes because they're driving me crazy. Really lightly. Okay, and then I'm gonna go all the way up like this. Again, I can still kind of touch that up and it won't be as harsh when I'm done. But for now, I'm not gonna touch it any more than that. Just make sure I don't have any gaps between my eyeshadow and my corrector shade. You see how purple? I feel like eyeshadow looks so funny on me without anything on my lower lash line. Like I just can't. Okay, now I'm gonna finish the nose. I did, since I had an event today, I totally shaved my face this morning and cured it. And no joke, I was having a good skin day. I felt like my skin looked awesome until I actually put on makeup and realized, just kidding. But there's nothing like that feeling after you do both of those together. Oh my gosh, my skin was so smooth. I'm obsessed with it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've got tutorials on both. Okay, so I am just going on blemishes. I'm actually gonna take this, see how red my mouth still is? Around the lip line to even that out. Magical. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over to this side. And since I used the bronzer, I don't feel like I need a whole lot. But if I don't match the depth of that redness first, that redness can start peeking out through the night. Okay, and I don't want longevity issues there. Depends on how deep your redness is. I have rosacea there, and rosacea can really fluctuate, especially because I just kind of sensitized my skin by exfoliating it 2 times this morning. I don't recommend that especially not on an event night, unless you've done it before and you know how your skin is gonna take it. Okay, now I'm just gonna go back in and build up coverage on my hyperpigmentation or anywhere else I need it. Okay, I forgot my forehead. All right, so that is just my color corrector and Bella as a base, and you can tell how much coverage I got just from that alone, but it's pulling me too dark. Can you tell? Too warm. So I'm gonna kind of tone that down with my main shade. And for most of my face, I want natural. I want to let that glow shine through. So I'm still gonna just use the blend brush. There's some areas when I switch to the small end, it's because I'm really wanting to press on more coverage there. But where I don't color correct, I can really kind of just feather that color on just to kind of even out my skin tone. Okay, I'm gonna flip it around, give myself a little bit more coverage in those key areas. I need it. All right, let's go ahead and contour. I feel like I got some good warmth still from that base, but I'm gonna show you how for a special occasion I like to do my contour. So for my cheeks, I will use Astoria, which is my normal everyday contour, the coolest, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and apply that as normal. Okay, so dip in at an angle, get on half my brush, okay? Press it on like so. Okay. Really pounce to blend and flick up. Okay, I'm gonna keep pressing into Astoria, and this time I'm gonna press into Indigo as well. So it's one shade darker, but has a lot more warmth to it. And it will show up a lot more on my skin tone. Now I'm mixing it for around my hairline, just kind of tapping into both on my brush at the same time. Okay, so if you have a color that really just doesn't show up, like it's weird, my forehead, Astoria just doesn't look the same way as it does on my cheeks. So I know I've had clients that have had similar issues, so try going a little bit darker. Some people can't use indigo on their cheeks because it doesn't blend out as well for them, so you can totally use it, you know, different contours on different areas of your face if that's what works best for you. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing along my jawline and pull down my neck. Now, if I'm wanting to disguise something on my jawline, I'm not gonna go with indigo because it tends to be a little warm. I'm gonna go with Astoria, and I'm just gonna kind of lightly go right where I want to recede. Can you guys see? I also want to kind of straighten out this right here. So, I mean, if you have something that, this one's not as bad. It's funny how my face is not equivalent. If you have something you want to kind of like recede or press back, you just put it right where you want it. Okay, so I really don't recommend going up too far on the face with contour unless you're trying to disguise something, because you really have to be careful about blending so you don't have an obvious line there. You're just kind of deepening the shadow to kind of make it look more defined. Define out your jaw, is that the word I'm looking for? Okay, oh man, I got something all over my brush. Hang on, let me wash it real quick. While that's drying, I'm going to show you for my nose, same kind of thing goes. I want the most natural looking shadow. Noses tend to pull more red than any other area of the face. So I'm gonna stick with the coolest contour, and I'm just gonna do a quick nose contour, if I can look. That was horrible. That was horrible, Sarah. I totally got way too much right there. Okay, let's see if I can do this side better. Okay, a little bit better. Then I'm gonna go in with the other side and go under the lip. Again, you want the coolest shades for this kind of more, the contour named Shadow was actually designed purely for noses. It's not even supposed to be used on the other areas of the face. It's so gray, it would make it really hard to blend out a shade like that on the cheekbones. So that one's actually designed specifically for the nose. I tend to use Astoria because it doesn't pull red on me, but again, it depends on your nose. If you're color correcting like I am with your nose first, then most likely you could use something like Astoria because you've already kind of taken care of the redness if redness is an issue. Okay, so I got my 2 stripes there. Now I'm gonna use that small end of the detail, and I'm going to define my cheekbones even more using indigo. So I'm just gonna dab, like pounce in, okay? Just a little bit. And I'm gonna go to where, like the darkest point of where my actual cheekbone hollow would be. Okay, right along that line. I'm gonna start drawing from up where my ear is, and I'm just going to kind of deepen because this shade is darker and define out my contour even more. Okay, same thing. Okay, and what it is kind of get a darker shade and then it kind of fades into, obviously, Astoria is a lighter shade. So then it's all about just blending. Flip around the brush. I tend to kind of press along that line and then flick upwards. So the two kind of fade into each other. And then if you need to fade this area, just kind of press with that blush brush. Okay, so that definitely gives you a more defined contour. I like mine defined at night, especially for special occasions. You could also just go into your highlight and really like carve out your lower jaw as well. But this kind of I feel like this kind of, I don't know, gives you kind of like a gradient effect from light to, or dark to light. You guys know what I mean. All right, so we are chiseled out, right? We're chiseled. Now we can go ahead and brighten. And I feel like I'm already looking makeup-y, but that's okay, we can fix that. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with my same old brightener I always do. If you don't know, I put every single color I ever use in the drop box below the video in case you need to reference it or curious like what color I used. There you go. So I'm just gonna go back in with the buff brush. I'm just gonna tap, okay? And then we're gonna go right up to that nose contour, okay? And I'm going to brighten that side of my nose right there that's darker than the rest of my face, okay? I'm avoiding here, that gives texture issues. Same thing on the other side, all the way up to that inner corner. We want that inner corner light, but if that is a textured area for you, do not swipe in with your finger and really push it there and like you see a lot of people do. Under eyes are completely, application should be tailored to your under eyes, not how everyone else puts on their makeup, okay? I see that, I'd say more than anyone, you know, everyone's like, okay, brighten here and here. Okay, does that work for you? Are those problem areas for you? I know I have a lot of texture right there. I cannot use a super bright accent brightener there. And here I also have texture, especially when my Botox is worn off, right? So it just kind of depends on your eyes. I always say just avoid where you have the most texture. So for me, that is this entire area. So I'm just gonna go under that. I already brightened the side. I'm gonna go right here, okay? And I'm just gonna brighten this area right here. And I'm just gonna press that on. I'm going over this area because I have hyperpigmentation there that I want more coverage on, okay? And then you can go all the way up if that is not a problem area for you, okay? I mean, it does lift the eye, but that's because I haven't blended this yet. Okay. Again, here I have a shadow there, which is why I go in a little bit farther on this eye because I'm trying to trick the eye and bring that forward. Same thing goes for if you have bags or puffiness, you just want to go to the deepest part of the shadow. That's where you want to apply your brightener so it brings forward, okay? Dark recedes, brightness brings forward. All right, so I'm going to use my finger down this because I can't seem to ever get it straight otherwise. Brighten in between the brows. Upside down triangle. Cupid's bow. Center of the chin. Okay, if your neck is lighter, press on more right there, or if you want to define your contour even more. Time for the magic, baby. Okay, my perfector now has been sitting out this whole time. it is just a little bit cold. Like it has dried down a lot, but I know it can still press all of this in as long as I move it around to the cold spots. We have perfected, and now it's time to, if you need to press on a little bit more coverage to anywhere in particular, press that on, and then we can kind of set it in place before our under eyes crease. We all know that is my problem area. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the powder brush, if I can find it, and the vanilla dust, and I'm going to just barely touch and then press on my under eye. Okay, go all the way down here. And if you have problems with creasing, go all the way down. And then repeat. Okay, if you want a matte look or you want ultimate longevity, press it on anywhere you have longevity issues. You can even take a loose powder and press it on along the jawline. Whatever your preference. I sometimes touch my face a lot. If you are a face toucher, just be a matter of setting the makeup with a powder since our makeup does not set. Now, I'm going to show you how I would set the contour areas. If you get Cayman, same thing, go with the bronzer brush and just get it on there and then just simply, there you go. And that way it is set in place and you don't have to worry about longevity issues in that area. Now it's the fun part, lip and cheek. This is always the hardest decision for me. I feel like I've got a bold eye, right? We can all concur. So I'm gonna go with a little bit more of a neutral or warm undertone, something like that, that's not gonna pull me super bright or super dark in this area. And kind of conflict with the eye. My kind of general rule of thumb is you either pick your lips, your cheeks, or your eyes to go bold with and try to keep the other two a little simmered down so you don't want to avoid looking like a clown in any way, shape, or form, right? Yes, we can agree with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Plum as my base, okay? Just so I get a nice matte for longevity purposes. I feel like I know this is gonna stay really well, and then I can top it with something else. So right on up along the contour line, pressing it on so it doesn't affect all those other shades. Since I kind of want to tone that down and give a little bit of glow, let's see. I'm going to just keep it really nice and neutral and go with good old Seint, okay? Because Plum is a little bit darker, so I'm just going to kind of tap in, keep it neutral, but add a little bit of glow to the cheeks. We add that shimmer, not a shimmer, just the glow. All right, so we've used almost all of the things in the favorites. We had Bella, Heat Waves, obviously Palm and tan lines can be used as well. We use Cayman. I haven't shown you the illuminator, so let's just go ahead and show you. This is what Dolce looks like. I feel like it was one of the most natural looking. Okay, and then my favorite, you can tell because you can see what number it is, number 3. Again, you can use this in the same way right there. You can use it above the Cupid's bow. I like to actually do it under here. If I had a lower shirt where I was actually had my collarbone showing, I would put this on my collarbones and even maybe a little bit of glow if I was wanting a bronze look. But you can put this on your wrists. I mean, anywhere you want to kind of smell good or glow, okay? You can put it under your brows, cheekbones. Possibilities are limitless for the perfume illuminator combo. Full face is on and powdered. I want the dewy look and I want the best longevity. So I've already powdered, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the Stay Spray. If you want more of a matte finish, you wanna make sure you spray after all of the creams, then powder, set your contour, all of that last, okay? It's all in the order in which you do it. So this is just our setting spray. And yes, it sprays out forcefully. That's okay. Just let it dry. Just don't touch it. Just let it dry. So while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows because I look a little cray until they're finished. So I'm just going to use the line brush and Trust eyeshadow, which is just a dark, cool brown. Coming together. I already feel 100 times better about my eyes once my brows are done, right? Okay, so let's kind of work on this situation. All it takes is a little blending. I would say grab a clean smudge brush and then just tap, okay? You can also take that nice neutral shade, whatever works really well for your lid. And look at that. Suddenly the line looks awesome. You can use that same brush there. Okay, first I'm gonna do it with the clean brush. Okay, use the shadow switcher. Okay, that way if you're just kind of tapping, you're not really moving that color down, which will drag down the eye. We're just kind of blurring. We just want to blur the edges, right? All right, now that we've got that done, we can go ahead and work on this under eye situation. First thing I'm gonna do is take Bubba, which was the slightly warm shade that I brought up here, okay? I mean, I just barely used any, okay? I'm gonna use the small end across the entire under eye. Okay, you'll see it doesn't do a whole lot. Okay, just barely defines the eye. Okay, and I like to do this with like, anytime I do any kind of more dramatic under eye, I start with the lightest and I go to darkest. So then I'm gonna go to Oak. Okay, this was the shade I put up here, kind of carved out my crease, right? I felt like I had a bald spot. Okay, now I'm gonna go with that shade about halfway. Okay. This is how we define the eyes without a harsh liner, especially as we age. So we can still get that definition, that smoky look, all of the things without harshness and aging us, right? Be really careful with this shade because it's darker, but I want to pick up the multitasker, okay? And I'm just gonna kind of use just the edge like that. And then I'm gonna tap off excess. I'm gonna have to actually look in the mirror really closely for this one, make sure. But I'm just gonna go to the very outer corner. okay? Not very far in, but just that outer corner. All the way up and kind of connect it to where you applied it. Now we can brighten. So I'm gonna go into my good old standby, I almost said eggnog. It's now called Drift, okay? And I'm gonna go in and generously apply right here to that inner corner. Now that that is fully corrected, you can see I have no texture because I kept all other shades away from it. And now I'm just gonna strategically go right to the tear duct where I don't have texture and I can kind of brighten. Then we're gonna go to the top part of the brow, highest part of the arch. Just a touch, doesn't take much with this shade. Mascara. So I already have my lashes on. They're fresh. I just put them on this morning, so they're not all falling off. And then I'm just gonna go into with the lower lash mascara. If you are really putting a lot on, or any really on that lower lash line, you wanna kind of finish off the look with mascara. All right, guys, we're almost done. Let's just do a really easy lip look. Y'all know I am a fan of a nude lip, and I feel like with an eye this bold, nude is the way to go. Like, I feel like my face looks finished. So I'm just gonna go with the multitasker, line my lips in Astoria real quick. Okay, kind of top that out so you don't have any harsh lines. I'm gonna go back in with Seint. Good old Seint. Where did Seint go? I'm gonna go ahead and use the multitasker. A nice nude lip. You can top it. If you've never used an illuminator on your lips, it's a fun way to get a little bit of shimmer. This is Dolce. Just to the center. Got a little bit too much to make them look bigger. All right, friends, I tapped on a little bit of Summer Love to my lips. I felt like my lips looked a little bit too gray. I think I put too much Astoria on to line my lips. So add a little bit of Summer Love. So there we go. Oh my gosh. Fun earrings that I bought for something else that I never got to wear either. So it's all about the night of wearing things I haven't got to wear yet. It should be fun, right? So there's the finished look. I will show you the fully finished look. And before and after picture so you guys can check it out. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to comment below, enter the giveaway, go follow over on Instagram so you can enter all of my giveaways for December. And if you need a color match or need help with your Seint IIID Foundation at all, that is what I'm here for. Click the box below the video. The drop box will open up and you'll be able to see my color match request link. That way I can make sure you have the right shades for your foundation. I'd be happy to help. Thank you guys again for watching and happy holidays. Love you.